Lieutenant John Mayor, Mr. Kevin Clark, the man who's been ordered homeless by Toronto Police, looking to protect your police budget because I vowed to cut it by 25% and to cut the corruption. There was electrical fire in my home where I used to live with me. The individual walked in. I came back right after him. The room was closed. Saw Hennessy, took them off, went to the living room, and started doing my computer work while he dropped off some food. After I eaten my food, I had a cigarette. And walking from the computer, which was about here, over to the bathroom, and smoking a cigarette basically saved my life because it activated a smoke sensor. Went to the bathroom, put a cigarette, walked back to my sensor, got a cigarette in the living room, came back, find out. No notification of any smoke. But I smelled something. Smelled something like rubber, something burning. So I went out to the living room, out to the hallway. There's no smoke there. Came back into our kitchen. No. Towards the room, there's an individual standing with two cats. No. No. No notification of any smoke. Until I opened the door. From now on, electrical smoke all the time. And I was screaming, Paul. I'm trying to get into the room, thinking he's in here. Not there. I saw a space under the bottom, I was going to fall on it. And suddenly there was a spark in the corner of the room. What the hell am I dreaming? So I screamed, Paul, no response. Thank God I was able to keep my wits and I went out, okay, not saw anything. I screamed, Hennessy, how? She had no leash on. And she followed because she's a great dog, 13-year-old. And when she followed, I went up. I had the sense to press the fire on. Pressed the fire on, ran down all the way. Thank God I was able to keep my wits on me, where I knew there was a fire thing box. Grabbed the fire thing, smoking canister, ran back. Give water for the dog, please. This is water campaign for Hennessy. You have used bottles of water, drop them off here. Hennessy's 13 years old, and she and I have been ordered homeless by Toronto Police, who banned us from going within 500 meters of our home after a tragic electrical fire at 4301 Kingston Road, to which I was able to save Hennessy and get the fire in front of the fire department and to basically save everybody in the building's home. But in turn, I do catch her dead, my baby. So please drop off water here for Hennessy. We don't know how long she will be homeless. The Toronto Police will not let us go home because of a tragic electrical fire due to negligence by Toronto Community Housing, and the fire marshal don't know the hell what they're doing. The detective didn't know the hell what they're doing. 3 hours later, they said because I lit a cigarette in the living room, while there was an electrical fire in the bedroom with the door closed, that's grounds for them to charge me with arson, put me in handcuffs, threatened to put the dog down in the Humane Society if I did not agree not to go within 500 meters of the place. So the police basically banned us from our home because of a tragic fire. Housing would not find us temporary housing. They said they'll find us temporary housing if we had insurance on their property. So as a tenant of community housing, if there's a tragic fire, a flood, or any other natural disaster, we have to have insurance on housing's property, under plumbing, under insurance, for them to give us temporary housing. That's the way it turned out to be. And we're not looking for replacement of whatever property we're burning. We're just looking for our home because of housing's negligence in hiring anyone to do electrical work, plumbing. All they have to say is, oh, we know what to do. Oh, you're Joe's brother? Okay, you're coming as a contractor. We'll pay as a contractor. Can you go up 907 and fix their electrical? So maybe they come from Europe and they wire it different. And basically, ran out, got NC out, informed everyone, ran down to search for the fire. Then no firemen showed. There was a false alarm. The firemen are there like this, like 8-10 trucks. And 15, I think it was $15,000 a truck or something like that, or 1,000 plus. But when there was a real fire, fucking Toronto Fire wasn't ready. And when they came, they couldn't find the key for the box. I said, pause in the room. Get upstairs. They stopped at the 7th floor. We didn't go all the way up to the 9th. Then they all started dropping all their equipment, and it was a total big mess. A total disgrace to Toronto Fire. But because of the niceness of some firemen, I thought they were the finest. But in this case, they were. I said, the fire is isolated in just the bedroom, and I mean, pause in the bedroom. Okay? Pause in the bedroom when you get upstairs. Oh, well, we got to open this, open that, and they got to take all these hoses up 2 floors. Why didn't you go to the 8th floor? Or the 9th floor where the hoses are closer? And then he wouldn't let me go up to the 9th. I tried to get up, and she's 13 years old. If you have water for the dog, please drop off water. So I went back downstairs to the fire extinguisher. I was totally exhausted, freezing cold as hell. Security from housing came and said, they'll get me temporary housing. Then a cop came and interviewed me and asked me, I said I was going, need more water? Water? See, she drinks a lot of water. No, I got more. So, for the past 2 months, since we've been forced out, I've been supporting her. I can get one sip, she has to get the rest. So please help out. 61 years old. But the janitor back there. I'm forced to live here. Yeah. So, we're going to go to the food store here now. After notifying and after everything, I went across the street to get some food. Mary Rebecca came down. So if she gets the full water, I get one sip. Not through hundreds of bottles. I'm very proud of how it says. So, I'm going to go through that. Finally, cops said, hey, Kevin, can you give us a statement? I said, sure, let's go to the bus. He said, no, let's go to the cop car. I'm the most wrongfully arrested person in the city. So he said, no, let's go to the bus. He said, let's go to the car and give me more comfort. I said, no, I won't. I explained to him, I'm telling him he's falsely arrested. And he said, well, okay, give your food to the guy, Paul. So why? Then he yanked it out of my hand, gave it to Paul. I said, give the dog food. I said, what? He said, yank it out of my hand. I said, okay, put your hand behind your back. I said, what? He said, you're under arrest. Under arrest what? Arson. I thought it was a drug. What are you out there? Yeah, arson. You said you smoked a cigarette. I said, yes. I lit a cigarette and I smoked it in the living room and going toward the bathroom. Cigarette smoke set out the smoke sensor. Went in the bathroom, put it on the sink, went back, got a CD and fanned it up. And then there was no alarm, nothing about smoke. But I smelled something burning. And I checked the hallway, nothing. Checked the kitchen, and that's when I went towards the room where Paul was staying. And I knocked, Paul, no answer. And when I opened the door, water for the dog, please. When I opened the door, I was hit with a tsunami. Anybody has water for the dog? It's going to be a hot day, water for the dog? You don't have water for the dog? No? All right. There you go. You got water? Dang, you're off. Kevin Clark, I'm running for mayor. Any extra water you have, drop it off here. And go to LINKTREE, Kevin Clark. You can read our story right here. A corrupt cop ordered us here. Because I speak out against corruption, I had the police in the Superior Court of Ontario. I had their investigators, OIPRD, in the Superior Court of Ontario. I had Olivia Chow in the Supreme Court of Canada. I had Toronto Community Housing and the Human Rights Commission. So they all decided to gang up on me and do an accident of a fire in my house. They decided to say I committed arson by smoking a cigarette in the living room. And they ordered us homeless. And everywhere we go, the cops track us and try to run us out. We go up, we went to Hennessy's whole home. There was another fire, same thing, lithium battery. They came, run us out, trespassed me. We went across the street, put off an area. They came with about 8 cop cars, ran us out. We go on public property, they ran us out. Have a great day. Kevin Clark, your name. One left. Thank you for the watch. So, everything is documented. Thankful I have the cell phone. If I didn't have the cell phone, I'd be dead. I'm gonna go get Elise so Hennessy can roam around. Give me 1 second, baby. Let's get you some food. So we got one more water, put in the shade. Now, she doesn't eat. She won't eat. It costs a lot on all these. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trick her. Oh no. Shoot. I don't have a can opener. No can opener. So I'm gonna have to trick you with this one. But no can opener. No 1 second. So what I'm gonna have to do is try and mix this a little, alright? So what we're gonna do, she won't eat this. So send that for the birds. Again, I'm gonna go like this. Again, put one. And this, because she won't eat. Again, because this year she'll eat in one go. So basically, that's it. Turns out, I don't know how the fire marshal came up with a cigarette in 10 minutes. Would burn up a bedroom when a cigarette was being smoked in the living room. Then while we were up front, Paul showed up. And I freaked out. Paul, you're alive. He says, yeah, he went to get cigarette butts. And at that point, Paul tells me that, I explained to him that it was isolated in this room. He said, oh my God, I left my cell phone plugged in. It's one of those whole cell phone, one of those whole batteries. And the socket I knew was messed up. And he said, well, that's most likely what caused the fire. Well, he said, I'm so sorry. He says, oh God, he said, if I was there. I said, if you were there, you would have been dead. He said, no, if I was there, when it started, I would have been able to stop it. So he admitted that it was a cell phone that was plugged in that socket. And the negligence of trying to the housing that led to the fire. But in turn, somehow, the fire marshal and the police, within 3 hours, said they did an arson investigation and a police investigation and deemed that I committed arson by deliberately setting my home on fire with a cigarette. Does that make any sense? I was in the Supreme Court. You can look it up, docket 41436 against Olivia Chow. Look up the date. Check my website, LINKTRE, Kevin Clark. You will see I was running for a member of federal parliament, and I was halfway to getting my 50 signatures. I had just ran for provincial member of parliament. I had ran for Toronto mayor, and I was putting together my Children's Unified Friendship garden party and our Home of Sun Graffiti, which I do each month and each summertime. Now, what would motivate me to use a cigarette? To burn down a room in my house, kill my 2 loving cats, rescue the dog, and then save everybody in the building from losing their homes. So I can be homeless, living on the streets, begging for water for the dog. Does that make any sense? So please spread the word. On Tuesday, I hope to go back and to videotape Carol Saunders, Brandon Stone, Kevin Brooks, a guy named Crusoe, who was a detective, and the fire marshal collaborated to get rid of it because I exposed corruption in Toronto, in housing, Toronto police, and due to false alarm for Toronto Fire, was collecting a lot of money off this false alarm. To God be the glory. Our number is 647-745-2768. If you wish to give to Hennessy and Mr. Kevin Clark's campaign to get home, it's created CREATING. Good, GOOD, people, PEOPLE @gmail.com. Blessings. Share.